So She-Hulk is supposed to be the comedy show. That was the thing.
Or
It's
a
like this is
legal comedy show.
it's a legal. Well, they suck at the legal
Yeah.
shit, so it's a comedy show. And like the MCU kind of gets trashed on for being like overly jokey and everything. So why is it that when we get to She-Hulk, which is supposed to be the comedy show, most of the jokes weren't really hitting like that? Like it's like some of the jokes just it was a lot of just very light sort of like I get the joke, but I'm not laughing type of shit going on. They had some good bangers.
Too much.
Yeah,
they were trying to do too much and fit a little too many nuances into one little thing. So while you could see where they were trying to land, and sometimes they did hit the landing, they didn't really stick the landing. It's like when you slide in onto a base, you don't just you don't get there and you caught it. You kind of like slid over it. Sometimes to the side, you got to reach over and tap it before you get hit and tagged out. That's a lot of what was happening, in my opinion.
I ain't gonna lie, that bit with Mr. Immortal when he jumped out the window, I kind of did laugh. I was like,
that was funny. That was
like how much of a ridiculous man-child are you?
Yeah, that was
walk out the door.
I could have watched the whole episode of that. That was pretty funny.
I'm not gonna lie, there were certain times in my life where I'm like, yo, if I know I could come back to life if I jump out this window right now, because they're just like,
all he had to do was walk out the office, though. You that weird.
Like,
okay, we're getting
Okay, when has that ever stopped, especially a black woman, from following a man to finish their point?
She went right out that window with him. You're right about that.
I'm saying, look, what did I tell y'all earlier? Okay,
point.
If you pay attention to Nikki's character or her nuances, Nikki is from the block. She might live in LA now, but that bitch is from the block.
But she jumping
in another setting, Nikki would not have came because she was at work. In any other setting, you think Nikki wouldn't have walked right over there and said, "Oh, we're doing this today? Okay."
Yeah, her and the Lord.
His heels off. Her and Mallory. Exactly. They were at work. That is the
How many wives did that man have? God,
he had like. Well, he's immortal, so he had a bunch. Those are the ones that were still alive.
Those are the ones still alive, right?
Yeah, they didn't even mention that. I think that was a joke they should have made. But those are the ones.
That's what I'm saying. I could have watched the whole series about this man's life from first to
yes, because
that
was hilarious.
There were like I think it was 8 or 9 wives and 1 husband that were in the lawsuit.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was one.
Yeah,
that was funny too. Yeah.
I mean, if you're living for a long time, you might as well.
Yeah, exactly. He was hustling. That was the thing. He stole that guy's
money. If you're immortal all these years in that time frame and only one dude, really?
Yeah,
that was kind of funny. But,
he's a little late on his progression, I guess.
Apparently.
So
that's a joke that actually worked for me. But
yeah,
there was others that didn't.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, I didn't like the guy that played the dad. I didn't find any of his stuff all that funny.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought the whole family I didn't find it funny. The stuff with her her brother or her cousin.
I think it was her brother.
It was her cousin. No, it was her cousin.
It was her cousin. Okay,
cousin Chet.
Chet, didn't like him. Didn't think it was that funny. I get what they were trying to do, but like it didn't work.
Absurd.
What about what's her name?
Titania. Okay, so
I thought that was a little much.
They could have left her out.
Titania was a good idea. I don't think the execution was as well. Because when they got to the point where she was suing her for stealing her trademark, or when she was being petty. No, that was the good part though. But she was being petty to pop up at the wedding. Yeah, she was just being petty. I can get into that, but it's just some of the bits just didn't land as much as I wanted them to be. And I wasn't familiar with this actress. She looks good, but like I wasn't.
I was confused.
It wasn't even just being petty. It was the ridiculous jealousy and rivalry that she pulled in. If you want to come in and be petty, I love a good petty. Be petty. Sure. But this whole jealousy thing that you have, like, you have these powers and you didn't even want them, and I should be able to do what you do. Like, bitch,
it's a bit weak.
You're out here being a super powered social media mogul. That's your only goal in life.
Why are you hating on random boys?
I think that was probably the worst episode, was the wedding. And then also the She-Hulk episode.
Because the
She-Hulk trademark episode was trash too. Because like
I like those two. I thought that's the petty aspect of it. But she was also kind of playing her as a lawyer, and then the whole boyfriends thing coming back or the dates coming back. Like that was fine.
The last episode
like
when she
like
came
that.
out of nowhere, I mean, I guess that's what it was meant to be. Everything was just random. But like when she came out of nowhere and she was like on her side, I was like, when did they become friends?
Yeah,
That's so
yeah. Once
weird.
again, bad writing. It's always
friends in the comics. Yeah. See, this is that. That's why I said they could have kept her for later because they do come out having issues in the comics, but eventually they do actually end up being friends and fighting together quite a lot throughout the series. But they didn't execute it well here.
No,
At all.
I didn't even like. I didn't even like Titania's introduction. Like when she was burst. Like, wasn't it like a traffic violation?
We still don't know.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a traffic violation, but why are you bursting into this courtroom right here though?
Right. Wackiness. Because wacky. It's wacky.
And she got out with her white privilege. She was
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
She was out the next day. She didn't have to pay.
I don't know about
white. She got out the next day and then sued the person.
Sued.
You just tore the whole courtroom up, and you tried to kill people.
Right. That was just.
They did that because that was the intro to getting Jen's story started with again.
Yeah, the superhero stuff.
You could have done something better. I mean, she won her case, but she was gonna win her case anyway. But then she got fired for it because of this bullshit.
Like the episode I didn't really care for was this one with Wong and Madison and the shitty magician. I didn't like any. The
shitty magician was a dumbass.
Yeah, I didn't care for any of that shit.
Madison.
I did. The only thing I liked about the episode is where the magician was impersonating the judge. I thought that was kind of funny.
That was that misdirect when they thought it was Johnny Blaze.
No, the wrong episode. That was the elf.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that was the other shitty episode.
Yeah, they all blend in.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That was the one with Megan. That was the one with Megan.
Now, okay.
I like that episode. Come on.
I posted this way before the episode aired. I said all we're gonna get from the Meg episode is her twerk. We're gonna see She-Hulk twerking. And listen, I don't really care.
I don't care what nobody says. That was
look at that.
That was funny.
Excuse me, not only was that hilarious, but look at that. Who the fuck don't want to see that?
That was funny as hell.
It was like
I didn't hate it.
I'm not shitting on it. I'm not shitting on it, but what I'm saying is that
was the best part of
it brought no value. In my opinion, it brought no value to the show.
But it was a post-credit scene.
I agree with what Alex is saying.
To my eyes and me.
I agree with what Alex is saying. Alex,
hold on. You was mad at this, Alex?
Almost tasted that. Num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm present.
Yeah, you like that? You ain't liking that?
I love that.
No, I love the scene. It brought a lot of value to me personally in certain parts that I can't say on this camera, but definitely a lot of value in certain areas. But like as a show, I'm like,
I agree with what Alex is trying to say. So what Alex is trying to say is he's seen that coming. Of course, as soon as they announce Megan Thee Stallion on the show, we know there's going to be twerking. But who didn't want to see She-Hulk twerk? That was amazing.
Apparently,
it doesn't matter if we called it. We're like, yes, we're going to see that.
Can we show that again just to prove the point?
I guess trolls didn't want to see none.
You almost tasted that. Num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm present.
Yeah. So they weren't a fan of that.
So yeah, I have a gripe against that. You know.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Why is that?
As soon as we bring a sister into this, we got to start twerking. You know what I mean?
That's what she's known for, though. I mean, she is the twerker, though.
That's what she does, though.
She
and
she raps.
She ain't gonna talk about physics. I'm just saying, she ain't about to talk about currency and shit.
Here's a question I have for you. Isn't this law firm for people with superpowers and stuff? So is Meg Thee Stallion a mutant or something?
Her power's her ass, apparently.
I'm not mad at that.
That was one of the best scenes. Like, as much as I told you I don't like this show, that was one of the best scenes in the MCU, period.
The reason why I like that a little bit better is the fact that that's really Tatiana doing that.
Yeah.
It's a video of her actually showing her. Because at first I was like, I think she can't even twerk for real. But then they proved me wrong. So I was like,
her and Rose is fucking hilarious.
She looked like she was having a good time, too.
And she turns into Jen and she makes an X-Men reference and she's talking all of this shit. And I'm like, this makes no sense at all. And then what was the killer for me once they go back into MCU reality, Daredevil just shows up. I'm like,
Yeah, well, that's what she said she wanted. She wanted her own ending. So she's like, I want him to do this. I want him to. Yeah, that's what she said. Make it break. She said make it afternoon, and I want Matt Murdock to come back because she said I got needs.
But yeah, Matt Murdock, not Daredevil, just falls out of the sky. I do like where they were trying to go in terms of breaking the fourth wall while breaking the fourth wall again. But like this that was like the perfect ending of a really bad show, a perfect way to end a bad show. And I was like, I hope we do see her in future iterations of movies and TV shows. But I can't. What I really I think would have been satisfying if she would have went into the Marvel offices and Ryan Reynolds was there. Oh my God,
that would have been wild.
That would have been cool.
Hilarious. But they didn't do that. They just went.
Or not even Ryan Reynolds. Have like Professor X or Hugh Jackman be walking around.
You got the robot. You like the robot.
Bro, I don't think the robot was even really that cool. They legit should have just had Feige.
Kevin. That's all I was gonna say. They should have just had Kevin Feige there.
He didn't.
Feige, you could have gave us 5 minutes of some random cool shit. Did your Feige and then kicked her out the office and wrote that would have been it.
I think the more realism factor that when the writers were like, no one meets Kevin. That's a very true statement because I've met some of the writers of some of the shows. They don't talk to Kevin at all. Like Kevin's not in his office or anything like that.
You have to go through like 50 people to get to Kevin.
Exactly. Kevin only talks to the lead show writer. All you other motherfuckers have to fall in line.
Y'all are not worthy. You're not worthy.
I think what hurt the fourth wall on this show was the fact, even though She-Hulk had the fourth wall break in the comic books before Deadpool, but I think by Deadpool being almost such a not a new character, but one of the latest characters doing the fourth wall,
it's more mainstream.
They didn't cap Deadpool like they've capped her before.
Yeah, so I think that's what kind of like, because we already had like a fourth wall type of character, you know what I mean? Yeah. To have another one, I think that's what probably hurt it, you know what I mean? But it, like I said, She-Hulk was the first fourth wall break character before Deadpool. So.
And I think that's another thing that the incels were mad about because a lot of them don't really read the comics like we do, so they didn't know that, so they thought she was just.
So that's in Deadpool.
It's kind of like what I stated at the top of the show because like Jennifer Walters is breaking the fourth wall as her character. Deadpool is breaking the fourth wall as Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I know you made a good distinction. That's a good distinction.
There is a distinction. You're right.
Different distinction, like because
you're right.
One is aware that this shit ain't real, and then the other one is aware that she's in the MCU.
Yeah, but she's playing
a character in the MCU. It's different, so like that's why it never really worked for me. Even when she was doing that whole dating thing, where she looked at the camera, I'm like, I'm not proud of this. I'm like, but you're doing it though. I
get that. Because y'all not the only ones. I've had other friends who were like, "Yeah, I was enjoying the finale, then that happened, and I was kind of confused." So I see it. It was a bit of a disconnect with some people. So yeah.